Did you get ready in the dark or something? 'Cause you look like a beautiful nightmare. Don't you know? Don't judge me. I just wish he knew. That's just like you. I miss you all day. I need you. I want you. I think you're really cool. Yeah, that's what I said. You break it, you bought it. I miss you all day. I need you. I want you.
Hey everybody, hello. Hold on, my glasses. Don't judge me. My glasses, I can't see. Hold on. Hey guys, hello, hello, hello. Happy Mother's Day to the mommies and to the mommy figures, okay? The aunties, the nanas, all y'all, okay? How was y'all Mother's Day? I said, I've been breaking my neck trying to get on here early so I can go to bed early. I've been sick the last couple of days. I'm going to hurry up and get to it, but I haven't been feeling good. I have severe vertigo. If you've been a supporter, probably on my main channel, my other channel, you would know I have vertigo really bad. It shuts me down really bad. And I kind of really just sat up today. So, here we are, okay? But happy Mother's Day. So, who we got here? I know some of y'all may have left, but Just J Vlogs was here. Vigir, thank you for joining the membership. I don't know if she was already a member or she just joined. Latasha Knee Pins, hey lady, thank you for being here. Miss Weedy Pooh, hey girl, hey Vicky. Hey T Marie, yes, hey Mary Blue. Hey y'all. Hey Tamara, Tamara, hey Peanut. Thank you. Yeah, my vertigo can take me all the way out and up through there. So, what I wanted to talk about, let me get over here. Let me pull up my stuff. Let me take you down and share my screen. Hey there, Ask High, Get Blunts. Hey, share screen, because we're going to get right to it, because I got to get myself on the bed. I want to get myself, I'm getting tired. Hey, Puppet Master. So, new shirt. Inappropriate, period, with my purple heart, okay? So, a year ago, I was watching, so we all saw Goomba get, and I'm going to put quotes on Exposed, okay? Quotes on Exposed, okay? And I'll explain why. But the Fifi person, okay? When she popped up on the scene, I was trying to figure out, I said, I know that girl got talked about. And I was searching through my videos. Mind you, I was tired. Hey, Sexy and Complete. Hey, Avalon. No. And I was tired and I didn't get around to figuring out. Child, this video is, let me get the date up there. This video is December 10th, Can y'all, let me know if y'all can see that. Y'all see that right there, December 10th? 2021. That's how old this video is, okay? If you look in my description box, you will see Illinois court, government paperwork, rare diseases. There were 3 diseases. And these other videos, okay, about people that had got exposed on YouTube. However, the point of that video wasn't to expose them. It was to talk about how when you come on these YouTube streets, and if your hands are dirty, you can turn around and get exposed, right? So Fifi is from the mommy sector. And I want to give background on it because I think it's important to know a little context, right? She is from the mommy sector. I didn't heavily watch her, but she is from the mommy sector. She absolutely despises several of the moms over there. And she took pride in doxing the fuck out of them, okay? She exposed homes, addresses. She didn't care about their children. And if I remember correctly, she started doxing one girl because they struck her channel. Or video got it removed. I can't remember, but mind you, this video is 2021. I already showed y'all the date, right? So Fifi, she did this exposing for free. She just did that, right? She also, who was watching Perry Sanders a couple of months ago? Thank you for joining the membership, Deanna. I appreciate you. And welcome. She jumped up on the panel and said she was the mistress to Latasha Scott's husband. If you was in Perry's chat, I didn't even think to screenshot it. I didn't feel I needed it as a receipt. That was well over a month or so ago, okay? So I can't provide the proof that you need, but she went up there. If you go, I can't tell you what video, but nonetheless, a couple of people in chat, another chat actually said they remembered that, okay? Then another content creator called Peach McIntyre, she has videos allegedly exposing him. So I said, let me get some context about who she is and what she is doing and why her children being, her child being near her. And in my opinion, I honestly feel that child was in the room with her. She didn't like yell. She wasn't projecting her voice to yell to a child in another room. It sounded like she was talking to the child in just right there with her, okay? So I'm going to assume her earbud was in, but at the end of the day, I want to, hey, Nene, I want to play some of my video so you guys can get a little concept of what happened and what happened in her life. She lost her children because she has mental disabilities. She's not cognitive enough to take care of her children, and essentially from the court documents, she was starving them, okay? She actually left to go live with a nigga in the midst of court trying to get her parental, hi Kashawn, hi Lauren, hey V Hargard, hey, trying to get worked out on her parenting skills, how to care for her children. Now this is public record, this wasn't docs. Mind you, this video is a year ago. This isn't docs, it's public record. This is not to shame her or drag her. This isn't a dragging. This is to bring context to who she is as a person and why what she's doing is like, you know what I'm saying? Your home base ain't really together, and you know, it is what it is, right? So her children had some very, very severe, they needed feeding tubes. It was really bad, right? And let me just play a little piece of my video here. And I'll link my video. Go watch it. So just also, this video encompassed several content creators because some messy mess had jumped off, and I commentated on it. But her background, and another person's background, he got exposed as a pedo, was just like, wow, what the fuck. But we're gonna talk about her. And I wish y'all could see that chat. So definitely watch this so you can catch the chat. Because people who she doxed and lied on, harassed, you will be able to get an understanding. Start a channel. First video out the gate is dragging one of the moms. So anywho, Zolo said, well, I wanna be, okay, hey Panther Queen. And I'm not knocking anybody's style for their, if that's your thing, do your thing. So this isn't about how you should run your channel. I don't, that's this, you know. But Caroline, somebody blocked Caroline because that's a, like a troll or whatever you call them. Get Caroline Massall out of here for me. What's up, Real Chill? You in the bush? Thank you. If you're in the bush, hit the like. I've watched Witch, I think. I like her. I think I've seen her. So anywho, so that's what the sector I was in, but I never, hey Angela, I never got into reacting on the moms. I might have spoke on them a little bit, but like reacting and dedicating my channel to dragging them, that wasn't where I wanted my channel to go. So anywho, hey Crafty Mom Canty. So Zolo Bands, this dude of one of the larger mommies, he like, I'm finna react over here. I'm finna talk about people. Career, this, that, and the third. A lot of women, you know, hey honey, you on. Her public record behavior make people dislike you to levels that you're not even aware that they dislike you on. Her public record, and I'm going to emphasize it's a public record because it is. It's not sealed. During a lot of the trials, remember with R. Kelly and a couple of other trials, when a kid is involved, they initial the kid. They don't say the kid's name. But you can look. We've seen a lot of public records that we've pulled up over the years with the child being named by their initials, right? Put a yes or no in the comments. Hey, Gwenice, number 2. Because I'm saying that for a reason. It leads into where I'm going. Okay? So, some of these cases are horrific. They're dealing with rape and all kinds of things, and it's dealing with the child, but it's public record. But the child's initials is there to protect the child's privacy. So it's nothing new. There's no, well, that's a minor. There's record is in public. Yeah, it can be in certain things. It can be. And it has been, okay? So Fifi, somebody went and found her on the Illinois website, okay? And pulled up her record of how she lost 2 of her children, and it mentioned that she has mental disabilities, cognitive disabilities, okay, which is no fault of her own. You born with mental problems, cognitivity, and things of that nature. Okay, so it is what it is. Okay, however, even with her mental disability, her low cognitive scores, she still came on this platform and was messy as hell. I'm talking about dragging people, being in the mess. She was messy. Now, this is before we knew it got out that she had problems, right? So at the end of the day, if you're smart enough or you're cognitive enough to be messy, dragging, doxing, then you have some wits about you. However, they're not enough to support taking care of 2 kids. But here's the issue with the children. The children, both of her children, had severe medical issues, okay? Now, I'm going to have the document in the description box. Okay, so y'all can go read this document. But I wanted to share with you, hold on. I wanted to just share with you the complexity, okay? Oh, meet mom. See, y'all look in them comments. Look in them comments, honey, because that's a mess. And it's a reason why I'm sharing this. Her child that was taken from her had a disorder called DiGeorge. Okay? It's a very rare disorder. Okay? So mind you, Meek Mom just said she put out her court records, spoke on her child, said her son was raped. Mind you, this young lady has a mental cognitivity of, I think it was averaging 50. She needed to be at 65. Like it's documented in this document, okay? She messy as hell. But this is the disorder. Her baby was born. This one baby came 5 weeks premature and born with this disorder. Very complex, okay? Very makes life almost unsustainable. So like the baby have heart conditions, throat issues, all kinds of things. They're missing chromosome 22. Okay, so that in itself, by the baby having a very rare disorder, not being able to take care of her child properly. Okay, and again, this is not a drag from me for Fifi. This is giving you some teaching points if you want to be a YouTuber, how you can sit up here and have things to backfire on you. And now all your business is out into the streets, okay? And she is highly embarrassed. But this is real life. And what she should have did, my opinion, okay, was came on a platform and perhaps she didn't have to, but this would have been a good journey. I'm cognitive disabled. I'm slow or whatever. I don't want to sound cruel. I don't want to mix my words up. But my children were took from me because I did not, the court document said she didn't understand the severity of what was happening with her child. She thought her kid just wasn't gaining weight because he needed to eat more. Y'all, a whole fucking mess. So on top of her baby having this disorder, and I will link everything, okay? This child is going to be prone to infections, breathing problems, heart problems, the whole nine, okay? Extremely rare disorder that required intense medical care and cognitive understanding so that your child does not die in your care. Yet, you're capable enough to sit up on a platform and dox people, okay? Intellectual disability. Okay, and if I say it wrong, you know, don't charge it to me being rude. I hope you can tell from my tone that I'm not trying to be rude about it. Okay, so thank you, Andrea. Matter of fact, I'll sit that up there too, in case I say it again, because I don't want to offend anyone who has a disabled child or anything. Okay, right? Okay, so I want to get to these disorders because you need to understand the severity. So now we go to this next disorder. Okay, this is what the baby was born with all at once. The first disorder, then the baby is also born. This is one baby. The baby is born with cystic fibrosis. Can you imagine a person who is cognitively aware? They understand, yet your baby has 2 life-changing, threatening medical disabilities. Cystic fibrosis, The lungs, the short version is the lungs will forever start to fill up with mucus. And you basically drown in your own mucus, okay? You are being nice. It's not about the kids. It's about the mother terrorizing other mothers and children like a mad woman. So I feel like you got to have context as to what was happening in her life that's been revealed. Okay? You online, okay, acting a fool. But your baby has all of these issues and was born on top of these issues. The little baby was born 5 weeks premature. Okay? Let's get to the next disorder. The last one was something to do with the throat and breathing. The baby's vocal cords could collapse and stop the child from breathing, okay? So those three things that I've shared, her one baby had, right? According to the court documents. Medically complex, and she was not able to comprehend the severity of her child's disorders. Also, they said the previous child had the same issues and was taken from her. The children were taken from her, and in the midst of her losing her children, she was, the quotes, according to the documents, trying to fight back for her children. They like set out a little plan where you visit and you're okay. Where you visit your baby and learn how to take care of their medical needs. Hey, Anita. Oh, Lord, not Cicely Tyson passed away. Girl. Now that kind of stops me, y'all. Good, rest in peace, Cicely Tyson. Wow. So, thank you, Anita, for telling me that. So she lost those two children. They were adopted out, brother and sister, into the same home. The court document, okay, explained that she actually, in the midst of going through all of this, okay, she moved to be with her boyfriend. She really wasn't giving a fuck about her children. This is the court documents, okay? She wasn't, it was like, you know, but again, I'm going to say, perhaps because of her disability, okay? Let me just show a portion of this, because again, this isn't to drag her children, and it isn't really to drag her, but she is a cautionary tale. Cicely passed in January. Oh, child, I thought she, girl, thank you. Okay, Anita done scared me, child. but rest in peace. Listen, I couldn't remember, so okay, she been gone still. So right here, okay. Okay. Can y'all see that? Okay, because I haven't shared her name, but this is a public record, okay? This isn't a sealed document. Now, she went on her platform and she called the courts. And the courts, now mind you, we didn't hear the whole conversation, so we don't know. Let me come back on screen. That video will be linked because I don't want to be on it all day, but I'm going to read this part in a minute. The point of understanding and having this information is that when you deal with a person who up here isn't as well as it should be, okay, you have to take what they say with a grain of salt. Now, mind you, we got the recording. That's is what it is. But as to why she did it, did somebody pay her? I don't know how. I don't believe that. Perhaps they did. I don't believe that, because she does this doxing, this exposing anyway. It's what she do. But what I wanted to share was the focus. Okay, you had 2 children that were adopted out, and in the midst of you going through the parental piece for your children, you moved in with your boyfriend, okay? So the focus of handling business has always been a nigga, okay? Because while my children are in the state, guess what I'm not going to do? Pack up and move with a man. Let's read this part here and go head on to the topic of the whole thing, okay? So this portion says the evidence at the fitness hearing indicate the respondent moved to Indiana during the 9-month period. Her August or September 2015 move negatively affected her visitation with the child in that time frame after her move. The respondent visited the minor only twice. Further, while in Indiana, the respondent, this is Fifi, she's a respondent, did not participate in any other services of her 3 recommended tasks. She was rated unsatisfactory on each. She did not engage or satisfactorily participate in individual counseling, parenting, or visitation. At the end of the period, she remained in Indiana. The evidence showed respondent was never close to having the child returned to her custody during the relevant period, according to the trial's court's findings. Accordingly, the trial court's finding responded unfit based on her failure to make reasonable progress towards the minor's return during the periods of June 1st, 2015 and March was not against the manifest weight advancement, okay? Because we have upheld the trial's court determination, respondent met one of the statutory definitions of an unfit person, and we do not review any other basis of the court's findings unfitness, okay? So basically, they deemed her unfit, and they let that be. That is what it is, okay? So now, you have a woman who years ago lost 2 precious children because she was running behind a man, but she wasn't smart enough on how to care for her children, okay? So long as we have that, so we're not up here, oh, Saint Fifi, okay? That's just being honest, okay? Saint Fifi, in my opinion, had her child in the same room, but she may have had on earbuds, okay? This trying to expose him, to me, in my opinion, was just giving more content, more commentary, because where am I? Up here commentating. I'm not going to act fake on it, okay? But I don't feel it was truly, and I'm going to drop the link, you let me know. I don't feel this truly was a damning expose, and I'll tell you why in my opinion. But it did expose some other things that I wanted to comment on. Number one, Goomba, Juro, from what we see, he is not trying to get back with Jag. Okay. He's divorcing her, the paperwork's going through, whatever it's going through. And he out here in these streets. He out here doing whole shit. He out here ready to live in his truth. You know? And sliding in DMs is what men do. They slide in DMs and they talk nasty. Him talking nasty wasn't no, oh my God, he's talking nasty. When I heard the child, I was like, whoa. But guess what? She didn't stop or say in the conversation. Should he have ended the conversation? Sure. But I put 100% of the blame on her. That's your child. This a nigga you just met. You're known for running off with niggas. We see it in the court documents. You had 2 babies that needed you, and you didn't participate in much of nothing. Okay? So had you not felt compelled to get some clout, some traction, because perhaps Liz isn't giving any more traction. I haven't really looked at her channel, but maybe that particular mommy vlogger isn't giving her traction. I don't know what the end game was to expose him talking nasty. And then other women, well, he was in my inbox. I really don't care about him being in nobody's inbox. Nikki surprised me coming out of nowhere. Now, I like Nikki on one hand because at different moments, I found her to be truthful, right? Because a lot of things, and I remember when I gave commentary about Nikki, she would say, you know what, I don't know about that. And I appreciated her saying, I'm not sure about that, but this is what I know, and this is what I think. However, on this particular go around, all of a sudden, where's my notes? She's mad. She emphasized more than once that he didn't talk sexual to me. And I feel that's an odd thing to be mad about. Whether he is that a jealous move, or you feel slighted that he didn't have this nasty energy toward you. And somebody wanted to make him out, and just so we can be clear, we don't call people pedophiles over in my chat and make fun of being a pedophile and stuff like that, right? So you can't come in my chat and say, oh, he's a pedophile. If you don't got proof he's a pedophile, don't call him, or anybody, not just him, anybody. I don't play like that. That's damaging to people's reputations. If you just out here on some hoe shit, that's fine. Okay? You an adulterator, that's fine. But pedophilia, statuses, I don't play like that. So you can roast him on a lot of things, but we're not gonna try to. And I didn't like that she sort of, maybe I heard it wrong because I didn't get to listen to the whole interview. It sounded like she was trying to imply on some things, okay? So I didn't like that. Number two, she seemed, like I said, definitely more upset on one hand about, oh my God, listening to him talk like that. Because even if the child wasn't around, which I think the child element being in another room took it like, it kind of, had the child not been in the room, let's just take the child out the room. It's just sex talk. But is it really so shocking? Or is it shocking because we're following Goomba and Jag's drama? Niggas talk sex talk on the DMs on the street. They in y'all DMs right now, some of y'all. That's Grand Rising Queen. Okay? So I was not offended. I didn't fall out of place. But I really thought he should have hung up and said, you know what? I can hear the kid in the background, so I'ma go. So that was a complete turnoff, okay? But you're the mother, okay? That should have been in called, I gotta call you back, Drew. Okay? I did like that he said, I gotta go to work. So he was trying to hobo his way to her, but he was mindful he had to go to work. Whether he actually went to work or he didn't go to work, we don't have proof. I'm going to go with and say he went. He bought it up, so maybe he did go, okay? But I wasn't shocked at him talking nasty. I wasn't shocked that I think another woman came and bought it up. That literally was not tea. That wasn't the great expose. Now, had he said something, even if, let's just hypothetically say he tried to sleep with a transgender. Okay. Homosexuality, transgender, that's what an adult consenting male can do. I don't have approval or disapproval or it. So it still was not going to be tea. Okay? So I just feel like she should have ended that call. She didn't seem to be drugged enough for leaving the call up. Goomba got drugged as usual. Because, sir, you should have hung the fuck up. But you was on your nigga shit doing what niggas do, right? But that's the mama. You being paid, you was that worried about making whatever the dollar amount was that you kept the conversation going. I find that very very disgusting on her behalf, disgusting on Drill's behalf that he didn't hang up. At the end of the day, he can still keep going, go to work. Long as he go to work, child, go on everybody's DM. Go to work, get your life together. It's men that's working hard at Fords and everywhere, doing what they do best, and they live their best whole life. But they work, got their own place, working on a car. Um, I didn't like that Nikki wanted to bring up old stuff. Nikki came out, this was, again, like I said, I like some of the things Nikki said, so I won't be fake, but some of the things that irked me listening, and this is just my commentary, some of the things that irked me was her, like she brought up something about he stole her refund check or almost stole it because she put, that's not, I mean, unfortunately that it almost happened to her. But if he did that, when that happened, even though you got the money back, and I understand she said it in that moment, something happened, he got suicidal, was in the hospital. We would have stopped being friends. I understand that he was suicidal, but once I got my money and he got better, because I got empathy. You stealing my money, I don't want to see you dead. Right? It would depend. But I don't want to see you dead over a refund check. So I do want you to survive that. But once he would have get out that hospital, you would have had to go. Instead, maybe somewhere they fell off as being friends. Somehow they get back to being friends. He apologized. And she still loved him enough that when shit hit the fan with Jaguar, she allowed him to come around and she verbally stated, I do love him as a friend and want to see him safe. But in the same breath of I love him and want to see him safe, now you pulling out all the bad things he did. I get it. He called you a bitch. I don't know if it was multiple bitches, but I could have swore I heard it once on Old Girls panel. He was like, fuck that bitch. She owed me money. And then I thought he moved on with the conversation. Either way, being called a bitch sucks, but it wasn't the end all to jump back on the internet. It looked like she wanted to just be back on the internet to have her say, just to kind of kick a little dirt back up. I don't know. I don't want to go with giving clout chase, because somebody call you a bitch, you do want to respond because hell, you let him live in your house, right? But I personally think if she wanted to lay low like she claimed, she should have just let it go. Like, whatever. I'll be that bitch. You know what I'm saying? I didn't feel, in my opinion, again, I'm not her, but I didn't feel, in my opinion, that that required me to come back and have this grandiose thing. Now, she claims that he hit her son. Don't judge me, but I'm a contextual person. What is hit your son, right? I know plenty of children who are autistic, 3, 8, and their parents will pop the shit out of their hand because they don't have undisciplined autistic children. A 3-year-old autistic child, depending on the level and severity of the autism, knows not to touch that plug. And I have friends in real life that I watch. The child has got their hands popped because they tried to touch a plug. They've told them several times, do not do something, and the kid straightened up. I'm curious as to what was the hit. I do like to know, and I know that might sound weird, but the way it's coming off is if he beat the shit out of her 3-year-old, right? He smacked the fuck out the boy. Did he punch the boy in the face? And I understand, it doesn't matter. He could have tapped. Bitch, you gotta go. I don't hit my kids at all. I feel that. But I like context. Y'all, he popped my kid on the hand. I don't give a fuck if it's a tap. Don't touch my kid, I put him out. But it's the tone of it is he really fucked your 3-year-old up. And I'm curious, was it a fuck up? Like, how did he hit this child, right? Just curious. I'm not stating, I'm not implying that he didn't hit the kid. But it does, context does make a difference. What caused him? Was he just drunk, just ain't shit, like you disturbing me, little man, get the fuck out of here, pow? Or was he doing things that maybe, I don't know. That was curious to me. I want to know. I do. I'm curious. I want to know. Let me see. Okay, right. Okay. And you would have thought their relationship was better than that, where he wouldn't have felt comfortable to do that. Like if he felt comfortable to do that, or maybe he raged and he did it. I don't know. But either way, I feel like all of these things now, but in the same breath, that's my friend I really love about him. I really love him. Okay. So there's allegedly a post of Goomba stating he's suicidal now. Um, and there's the allegations of the money. That right there, I'm not. Let me tell you what I'm not gonna do. In my until a receipt drop, cause see the family ain't even came. Hold on, let me see. Crypto, I didn't speak to you. I'm sorry. Hello, welcome. It's good to see you. Um, Nikki said she kicked him out because he used Jag's mama money later because he hit the child. Which one? Right. Her story is all over the place. This, yeah, it's the twins. It's the twins that he gave his name to. So, oh, it was a different. I thought it was the ones that had his name. I thought she clarified that. So, here's the thing about the money. When she was on Danny Robinson's channel, you heard Jaguar's sister tell her mama, "Don't say that." You don't got proof that he did it. Until there's proof, because that's an easy fix, I don't believe he took that money. And I'm not going to say he took it because it feels like he took it a little. That's just me. I'm not telling y'all not to feel that way. But I am big on facts, because when you lie, sometimes just imagine, let's say when it's all said and done, the receipt come out, he didn't take it. He's being drugged through the mud that he's a thief. And when it comes out that he didn't, guess what? That video going to be small and quiet. Nobody ain't going to hear it. Just like when you say somebody a pedophile and they're not a pedophile, then you're like, oh, my bad, we lied. Our mistake. You've already caused the ruin, right? Some people say, well, fuck Drill, he deserved ruin. I am very non-biased. I'm here for the facts and what's fair, okay? I don't go on, well, I like him more, I like her more. All of them is a hot mess because they had their hands in money that it shouldn't have been in. Before him and Jag fell out, they used the mother's money, and I'm sure some of his money, towards their household things, bills, whatever they needed to do. Okay? But if the sister, Jaguar's sister, whatever, I forget her name, stated, don't say that, that's very telling. They're probably investigating it and want to see. Also, a lot of things I believe the mother has said, Jag has said, and she's just remembering and repeating what Jag has drilled that into everybody's on the internet head. Right? You still ain't got proof who blew up this car. Still ain't got proof. But yet you got NIKKI saying, I know he did it. I know he stole the money. Girl, you ain't got a receipt. It's like, how are we stating things without a receipt? Do he seem like that he could have did it? If that's how you feel, it needs to be stated, in my opinion, very clearly. I really think he took it. Not factually, he took it. I know he took it. Goomba is a thief. Now, if this man is up here running around feeling suicidal, I really hope he has friends and family, because we don't know if that's a real post or a fake post that's on Danny Robinson's community tab. I don't feel any of this is worth losing your life over, but I'm not in the shoes. Hey, All About the Trees, thank you for being here. Hey, girl. Hey, Lyric Anderson. Where we at? Hey, Ebony. I'm sorry. Hey, Keisha, keeping it up. Hey, Rachel. Just Breezy. Hey, thank you for being a member. Hey, girl. Hey, Remain Teachable. Hey, Anastasia. Petra. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. So, that's just, yes, so it's a post over on Danny Robinson's page where he stated he's feeling suicidal. He's not going to come. Personally, I wouldn't come and explain nothing to y'all. I wouldn't. Because it can be proven by the family. The mother's banking, she has access to her money. What we have to do is stop acting like the mom don't got access to her bank account. Though I know she can't just get there. She might not be driving. They can prove that that's the mom. They can prove that her name is on that account. Her name has to be on the account. Those are her government benefits. They can't keep her from that. They can't keep anyone, especially her, they can't keep her from accessing her bank statements. And Goomba feels like, hey, I'm chill. I didn't do it. Hold on. I believe he took the initial money, but after that, Jag Liar was spending everything because she canceled the card. Probably. And some people believe he took like an initial set. But he's very cool, in my opinion, because he knows that they can see what card and who drew a transaction. I really think he's chill because it's like, we'll see when it's all said and done. But here's the thing. Even if he didn't, let's just say he didn't take it. You still help spend some of it. We're not going to absolve him of being a part of spending it when Jag was free, right? Up until he left. But I'm all about a good receipt. And he also stated he gave everything or took himself off of things. But you have the mother stating, I got to get a new card. He's going to keep taking the money. That's giving Jag. It's giving Jag. And I still stand by the sister. The sister said, don't say that. Y'all heard her on the recording tell her mama not to say that. You don't got proof that he took it. So, hold on. If his name is still in the account, they can't find charges for stealing. And listen, let me leave this comment for a second. I found out at a bank. So I put my daughter on my bank account. She's never taken anything from me. But the one thing they told me was if her name is on it and she goes and withdraw money out of it, she is within her right to take money out of that account. And it wouldn't be thieving. She knew she would die. She knew she would die. I said, don't let that bank lady tell you nothing to get you fucked up. Okay? Nothing in here you can touch. But, and that's Michigan. I don't know what state they in, but in Michigan, whoever name is on these accounts, joint, can take the money out freely. Okay? So, honey, I don't know how that goes. Let's see. There's only one payee, and she has access to the bank account and has the ability to cancel the cards. So, right there, he gave all his money up as soon as he got. I'm sure he had a right to some of it because it's a joint account. Yeah, that's how it definitely is in Michigan. And I definitely would not prove anything. If y'all thought that I stole the money, y'all would sit there and think that I stole it. I wouldn't come out here. I really hope that message is not true, because as much as he has bad favor out here in the street, he ain't done nothing to be killed. He hasn't done anything that he can't recover from. Like I said, even Jaguar, she ain't done nothing she can't recover from. It's just gonna take some time. Him being a hoe, talking nasty to these women, have your way. Just go ahead and get that. That's a good point. Thank you, Trees. They was at them hotels. They not cheap at night. They ate out every night. And also, people try to make the mama out to be some invalid. Remember, she was in there frying chicken when Jag got locked up the last time. She was in there cooking. The mother is not an invalid. She's not slow. She just can't really make moves. But she's also, to me, her mind is stuck on believing everything that Jag tell her. Right? But definitely Jag was doing her thing with that money. It's all Jag. Her mother should have had the mother responsibly. Yeah. At the end of the day, Jag is her favorite child. Yeah. At the end of the day, Jag should have never put. Accordingly, when you what did Trees say? A payee, whatever. If it's not a payee, but whenever you're in charge of an elderly, not just elderly, anybody's money, if they put you in charge of it, at least from my understanding, you're not supposed to have it in your personal account. It's not. You shouldn't. It should be in a separate account, because that way they can track all. Thank you. Be sure to hit that like button. Thank you so much. They want to be able to track what's being spent. That's Michigan. So Jag and her mama should have been on it if she was the payee or whatever. Hey, I don't want to use the name, the payee or what have you. But Gerald should have never been on it. That's why I also think the money was used to fund Philadelphia. Because having a website where you have a monthly subscription and it's on Roku, that's not free. Roku charges a fee, like a setup fee, like $500-$600. You got to pay for those monthly transactions to receive the payments. Like, that was a lot of money coming out. Hey, happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, Trees, if I didn't say that to you as well, and anybody else. And the mom said they had just paid the electric bill. Should have been, it was only $75 a month prepaid. So hold on. She says, what do you think about Jag's dad allegedly being Giovanni's father? That's incest. I don't believe, literally, I'm going to be honest, for me, I don't believe any of the incest stories, that level from Jag. She is just such a liar. I don't believe that. I think that's very vicious, and that young man is deceased, and then to put that on her father, like, she weaponizes incest and sexual things. But some people do believe it. So it is out there. I don't believe that. And I really hate that she said that. You know, that's out there, okay? It was, hold on, the mom yeah, I heard that, yeah, I saw that. And of course, the joke, you know, it was, you know, kind of joking that he was the actual scammer, but then that kind of took off and people like, it really was him, versus, do y'all got a receipt? Damn. Hold on. The video was 2 years ago. She said her mom was the investor. Oh, okay. So I was kind of right about, yeah, if she calls an investor, that's not free. Yes, the power of attorney pay, she would have to show the right. Elder abuse. Definitely. Hold on. I can't get every comment. And they was eating good. Okay? And Goomba said something about he wasn't eating too good. Even if Goomba sat in the car and didn't go to every restaurant, you ate enough, you drank enough, okay? You enjoyed yourself enough, so we're not going to downplay that. I'm not going to say he went buck wild with the money, but you had enough of it. But Jag definitely was showboating. And I believe it was some of the mama's money that got Legina down there. So you'd have spent money from the mama on Legina. That's my opinion, okay? If Goomba name was on the account, he did just as much right to the money. As bad as it sounds, that's something Jag should have thought. Exactly, and I agree with that. Out of moral compass, out of respect, he shouldn't have went in it. But here's the thing. If that's the only major income in the house, and it's used for the toiletries and $100K. And yeah, I don't believe $100K, but I can believe upwards to 10,000. Especially if she got studio time, because they had like a little office or somewhere they were recording. I wasn't on the app. Am I wrong? Didn't she have a place where they was recording Trees or anybody, like she would do interviews? I could have swore I saw somebody said they looked on the app. So you had to pay for that space, right? I don't know if it was monthly or not. Hey, Sunshine. So I can believe 10, 15, even 20,000, right? If you're running a whole business, websites are not free. It's monthly fees. And there are business websites that cost more than your regular fuck around website. So auto pay, and let me say this about auto pay. Even though Jag probably wasn't financially responsible, a lot of business accounts, when you're handling business, it's like a discount to put things on auto pay. So to save a little money, auto pay it. And since her mom was getting such a large amount, and I'm just making an assumption, perhaps she was like, oh, it ain't nothing, they'll just swipe that out and this, that, and the third, you know. But then when Philadelphia went down, then I don't know what really happened with the money, why Philadelphia stopped getting paid. Maybe they saw that car, because they lost that car, the rent and things of that nature. And here's a shitty thing to say, and I'm gonna just say it. I understand Gerald's name was on that apartment. But at the end of the day, it was no reason for the rent not to be paid, for especially for those that wanted to be there. When Gerald decided to leave, he left. As shitty as it is, he did leave, right? It still should have been money to cover the rent. Y'all wanted to stay there at least a little longer, right? So they really shouldn't even been put out. But that's that mismanagement. Hey Nene. Hey Slade, D Slade. Excuse me. And happy Mother's Day to everybody. So yeah, that part was irritating me. That Nikki got on here and now she wants to be all telling and all revealing, you know. And I didn't want to bring this up. Where you bringing it up? You're bringing it up. You should have been brought it up. And what you should have did, if he did these bad things in the past, you should not have even went and got him. Y'all friendship, in my opinion, would have been over if you stole my refund. Okay. It was at, hold on. That's okay. You're talking about the apartment. Okay. So that was in her apartment and just with her rent. Got you. I thought it was a separate building. Thank you. Goomba didn't seem to know how much the mom was getting. He said it was 3,000. Yes, the daughter did confirm that it was $6,000. The daughter said that. She said it was. So yeah. So that's a mess. So what I'm gonna do? Let me drop the link. I'm gonna offer you a chance to come up and give your opinion. In order to come up though, I know people are nervous about doing it. You gotta cut your camera on just so I can see before I pull you up. Cut it on, I'll see, and then you can turn it back off. If you uncomfortable putting on your camera, then you won't be able to come up because I cannot have nobody's dick up on my screen, your titties, or your coochie. Okay? I don't prefer that. No, thank you. I'll watch it on Pornhub at my leisure. Okay? But that's really my take on all of it. I feel like we need the receipts until it's a receipt saying that he frivolously was grabbing up this money, you know, because also about the trip. I Googled a trip from, where was he at, Texas? I Googled a trip from Texas to Florida. Y'all, it was less than $300 a flight. It's not expensive to fly out here. And if he had his, let's say he didn't take the money. If he had his own check and his family said, hey, Dr. Nikki, thank you for being here. If he had his money, his VA money, his funds, and he like, you know, before I start work, I'm out of here, I'm going on a little trip. Why not? People do. I don't know why people are acting like he doing stuff that we don't see people do. Is it financially responsible? No. But this stuff actually happens. Let's not forget the pandemic. People were literally evicted. But they were we ran out of crabs in the ocean. They were seafood boiling. They were getting that extra $600 boost in the unemployment. And they did all the things that didn't need to be done, but handled their business. So to sit up here and act like GOOMBA Juro has caused the great, oh my God, child, he doing what anybody do. Go have a little fun before you start your job. Now, me, I wouldn't have went. I would have sat on that money and said that money there and said, if this is for the trip, I'm going to have to get me a car. I'm going to get me a car. And you need ID to fly. So he has ID because you got to have driver's license or state ID to fly. Okay? So he must have his ID. They don't let you fly. I don't think they would let him fly without ID. But I think, wait a minute, I think it's a way to fly without your ID. You got to get a bunch of other stuff. Exactly. You got military discounts. Baby, he probably flew for $99 round trip. It really wasn't this great, expensive trip. And if there's any veterans in the chat, y'all know y'all get discounts. That still doesn't bother me to this day that he got out there and got his feet wet and thought he was, kingpin. Live your life, But I would like to see him. I don't care who he screw. Don't screw with Jaguar. Leave. I really hope he goes ahead and continues to, because I'm gonna keep the little bit of faith that he's at work, and I would like him to get some discretion and be able to turn down some conversation when you hear a child in the background. Okay, no need to sit up there and continue. Hold on, guys. The word is TK flew him out for an interview. So how long do, if you know, or if anybody know, if Tasha K fly you out for an interview, how soon do these interviews pop up? Because that's really what we waiting on. If that's true, we're gonna see. That's what a lot of people was saying. Because on the last day, he revealed he was in Florida, and a lot of people, even before like the day he arrived, they was like, "You look like you're in Florida. You there for an interview?" And he kept denying it. Which again, we don't got proof, but that is the word on the street. I was just curious as to how long before she kind of posts these interviews. Like, you think we'll see it next month if he did it in a couple of days? You know, he gets to take this because Lou Gehrig's disease was moving up with the baby daddy's girl. Um, so back to what I was saying. Yeah, I wasn't enthused with NIKKI and her great reveals, which I'm not taking them from her. That's what she say happened. That's what happened. But it was sort of like you was really Team Goomba, and now all of a sudden he's stealing money, and you got these terrible stories about him. Then you confirmed that he was going to start a job, and now, well, I don't know. It was just, it's very odd to me that now you don't know if he went. I mean, you wouldn't know if he actually started because y'all not speaking, right? Then why would you offer? Then she offered to give him the money. Did I hear correctly? She gave him back that 280 something ish dollars. But Nikki's story is he waited till he left to sell 5K. So if someone has that much self control and said the mom had the car liar, had the mom had the car. She maybe okay, but that's yeah, and she can just pre. So what would she be waiting for? To get her permission? Like, to me, I don't understand. Like, I could see it, but I sort of don't know what she would be waiting for. The interview wasn't with her, and I don't know, but she could be just to rub it in her face, I guess. But yeah, he got something really good on her. I'll put that somewhere. Hold on, let me let you up. Hold on.
Hello,
Hello,
Kiva.
Eva.
Oh,
Hey,
wait a minute.
Trees.
Let
Hold
me
on. Let
turn
me
off
turn
my
off my
TV.
TV. Okay, and I'm gonna mute while you talking. Hey, Trees. Hold on.
Okay, is there an echo now? Okay, great. So what I wanted to say is I just recently found out um, about the Fifi setup and all of that. And serendipitously, while they were on, can I say the person's channel? Okay, so they were on what is it? Incoming Opinions channel, and Nikki was giving her testimony about what happened between her and Goomba. And then all of a sudden, she wanted to message what's her name? Candy Girl. And at that moment when she came back, Fifi said that somebody, a troll from Instagram, gave her the link. And at that particular time, it was very uh to me non-coincidental that when Nikki left the platform to go to Instagram, then Fifi says she got a StreamYard link from a troll so that she can come up there and verify the same talking points that Nikki was trying to make about Goomba and the kids. And because Nikki has a track record of being the mistress, the side chick, and incredulous, it only makes sense for me to assume that all of a sudden, all of this time, that Fifi was paid by an unknown content creator to set Goomba up to prove that he moves on too quickly, that he treats women badly, and that he cannot be trusted around kids, which is the exact same talking points that Nikki wanted people to sympathize for her. So her alone by herself, people would discount and write it off because of the reputation that she has garnered on social media. But if I have an absolutely isolated case of the same instance that happened to me, then people will be more likely to believe that Goomba is the enemy. And remember, the time that they broke up right before then, around the time of the eviction, their separation was skeptical. Well, it was non-believed by a lot of people because of how amicably they separated. And Goomba was trying to like trash talk her, but not a lot. And then she act like she had another boyfriend, but was still supporting Goomba and his platforms, still sharing his post on Instagram,
And
even
she was
though
moderating for him a couple times on his lives.
absolutely, right? So that split up was non-believable, but to make it even more believable, she even put out there that she was dating a guy who had money and had a bigger, wangama thing and all of that to make it more believable, right? But this particular time, it was for real. And I believe that she hired Fifi initially to see how faithful or trustworthy Goomba was, to set him up to possibly gaslight him or blackmail him at a later time. Like, oh, you were supposed to be faithful to me and you was talking to this girl named Fifi. But I think that,
I got a
uh,
question. Just I don't
uh-huh.
want to lose my thought on what you
Go
just
ahead, go
said.
ahead.
I thought Fifi came after he left her, so he wasn't cheating on her, right?
No, he was. According to Fifi, she was talking to Goomba since April the 25th.
And he was still living in Nikki's house.
From what I gather, he was still there.
Cause I could have sworn Nikki said this was after he left, and
She
she
said
had
it
been
was
away.
after she left,
Okay.
but from the dates, they were still sharing, and she still had the same Instagram around April the 25th. Because she said, Nikki initially said that Goomba left 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago would be the beginning of May, if not the second week. So her time frame don't add up. And she was caught off guard when Fifi said, because Nikki was trying to drive the point home, oh, nobody's going to want him because he's broke. But then Fifi said, well, he gave me $140. Nikki was eerily quiet. And everybody perceived that to mean that maybe she didn't know, because somebody said that he only gave her $40, but the girl said he gave her 140. So maybe Nikki didn't know about that previously. And then she tried to gaslight her and make her feel bad for taking it. She was like, well, now that I know where his money was coming from, I feel bad that, I even took any money from him. But it doesn't make any sense, because the first time that they wanted us to believe that they broke up, it was beneficial for both of them to not come after each other because that was fake. That's why Nikki kept on pushing for the love of Goomba, acting as if she already found a mate and she wanted him to do the same. But now, since she knows that he was cheating on her and other women was trying to get into his DM, now she wanted him to pay. She's a Jaguar Junior. I'm telling you. because the very same thing that Jaguar did when he left and she felt as though she lost control over him and that it was another fish in the water, that's when she set out to destroy him. Goomba does enough good enough job himself. Why is it that now all of a sudden you're so vocal and you're going on this press tour to demonize Goomba?
And I'm mute for a minute. And that was my thing. This isn't a team Goomba. But if you're dog piling on Goomba, all of a sudden it's like you came out the blue and now you're mad. And if he cheated, in fact, was cheating, she really didn't. I didn't hear her actually utter the words, "Oh my God, he cheated on me. He's a cheat." That's why I was under the impression it was after the fact. Maybe I missed that part, but did any of you hear her express, "Oh my God, he cheated on me"? Because I don't think he even had intercourse with this girl, right?
No,
No,
he
he
did
did
not.
not.
He did not. But I think initially the sting operation was to see if he was going to fall for someone else. But then they had other arguments. Like she said, this was the last straw. It was other things that led up to that that made her put him out. She claims that he hit her child. But we have to keep in mind that before she said that Goomba was a better parent than even she was, and that she trusts him around her children, and he would never. And when people said, "Why would you have this man around your children, knowing what the history is, yada, yada, yada?" She said, "Don't worry about my children. This man is their father. He's a better parent than I am." Now, all of a sudden, so to ward and scare all of the other women off that's in the pond that possibly wants him, she's trying to demonize him so that people will be, scared off from him because she knows that she's lost control of him. The same exact thing that Jaguar did and wanted to, blame him for, different sexuality issues and all of that. The same exact thing.
Patrice and came up here and made all the points, and I agree with them. Um, well, there you have it. Thank you, Trees, for coming up and
Thank you
chiming
so very
in.
much. One last point. Nikki also said, "I'm glad that he waited until after he left to steal the $5,000 and that she knows for a fact that he did it and how he did it." And then she started to go into detail about how he stole the money. And my question to her would be, if he waited until he left, typically thieves don't have that type of self restraint. And then she contradicted herself and said, all of those times that he was ordering DoorDash and doing this, I just feel so bad thinking back that he was spending that woman's money. But you said you're glad that he waited until he left to spend the money. And then before that, she said that the lady, Miss Francis, went into the store and she didn't have the funds available and she was expecting for her account to be $1,000 in a negative, but she thought that she had 5,000 to spend that was available. She said because Miss Francis had her card and when she tried to use it, she realized that the money wasn't there. So that's when she said, Goomba called Miss Francis and act like he was worried about her, but really he was worried about whether or not Miss Francis suspected him. My question to that is, if he stole the money and the money wasn't on Miss Francis' card, then how is it that Goomba stole the money when you said that Miss Francis was already in possession of the card? So that would back up Goomba's story that he gave the card to Sam.
Well,
How do
how
you
do you
steal the
steal the
card,
card,
give it
give it
back,
back?
and then don't spend the money on it? And if it's one set of $5,000 on it, Goomba left months ago. It should be more than one distribution of $5,000. So you mean to tell me he waited all of these months to use that card that you said Miss Francis had to steal only $5,000 when several months of benefits have been distributed already?
I didn't think about the other benefits.
$5,000
They have been distributed.
that
Good
has been
point.
distributed. So who has the card? Because we already know that Jaguar was balling out of control at the first of the month, they got evicted on May the 12th. Jaguar was living it up all the way up until then, and even after then, because she was going back and forth from Shreveport to the courthouse and renting all of those extended stays. She only stay in the Hilton and this and that residences.
And don't forget the truffle butters.
And the
And the
truffle
truffle
butters and
butters
the
and the
expensive wines and the get highs.
yes, and she is on a tour now to explain herself, which I don't understand. What does she need to explain, and why does she feel she need to come out? Oh, I'm echoing, but why does she need to come out with more information about? This is a storyline. Maybe she about to get her own YouTube channel, and
I
this
think,
is her
yeah,
way.
yeah. I think that she wants her own YouTube channel, but I also think that now that she has lost control over the clout that she was sharing with him, she now has to make her own lane. So therefore, she get more Nikki sympathizers and maybe the residual of the Jaguar sympathizers, because they have a lot of shared traits. And one thing they have in common is Goomba. Goomba is the villain in both of these ladies' lives. So if she gets the residual Jaguar supporters and the Goomba haters, then she can blow up Shuey. Now that she has lost control over her cash cow, she is now trying to run for cover and to try to salvage the remnants of the clout that's left over. You guys have been great. Have a good night. Mic drop. Can't stop, won't stop. Love you, Kiva.
So Trees makes some good points about her clout. So let's hypothetically say she gets a YouTube. Because she has, am I hearing correctly? I could have swore I've heard her say several times, I don't know how this thing worked, this YouTube thing worked, but I'm trying to figure it out. That kept making me think she's trying to start her channel. Did y'all hear her say that? Or did I mishear? It's like when she was trying to explain it, she said something about, I'm trying to figure this thing out. So I think she wants the channel. So if she gets her channel, what are we going to talk about? I mean, is she going to just expose all of their past relationships? Because at some point, it stops. Like, boom. Now you're going to be vlogging and talking about your children. And then that's when it turns left, because we like the drama. Let's just call it what it is. Her happy life is on her Instagram. YouTube is drama. So this wouldn't be, I mean, she could still do it, but you know. And I heard something about cash, allegedly. He's cash apping himself, but if he gave the card back, what card is he using to cash app himself? Because he did say he gave it back to Sam. So at the end of the day, it all can be, and that's another thing. So the sister, here's what I'm thinking, and I could be wrong. They have access to this bank. They can go in there and get it. They can see what they need to see. Whenever they do, if in fact withdrawals were made and they can link them back to Goomba, to Juro, there should be a police report, and more than likely, I'm just making an assumption, the family is going to run it to probably Sean's platform, okay, and let him talk about it. So I think it'll come out at some point if he did it. He's too calm, in my opinion, that nothing is going to come up that he did it. What could come up is her mother spending it and some transactions. But then here's the thing. Let's say this. If they find out Goomba didn't do it, when it all comes down, guess what they're gonna say? He's had a fake account. He scammed her. He won't really. Goomba can't really get out of this because people want him to be the villain in this particular instance. You know, hey Lexi, hey girl, Aries. Hey, I didn't speak to you. Hey Aries. Hey Toto. Sorry about that. Sincerely. They want him. A lot of people want him. Hey lady, to be the bad guy. So even if it comes out that he didn't do it, they're gonna still say that he did it. She dropped the charges. Who dropped which charges? Just so I can be clear. The NIKKI dropped the charges. Who got the charges dropped? I'm gonna watch the chat. Can't Jag still use the money if she has access to the internet? No. Typically in jail, they monitor those tablets or whatever they allow them. The internet access isn't YouTube. It's a jailhouse, strictly internet access that's strictly for their phone calls. It's not leisure at all. They now if she got somebody to sneak a phone in through their lady bits, then she would have access to the internet. But she doesn't have access to our internet. It is strictly a jailhouse locked in internet for her video. For Jag, oh, she dropped the charges against you. Did she say it? I missed that. I didn't watch that whole interview, so I had no idea she dropped the charge. I wouldn't have dropped nature, baby. You would have. We would have took that. The jail would have. The court would have had to make me drop it. Ain't no way I would have dropped that. So, she says she don't believe she ever filed the charges. If she did, she basically is Fifi. Yeah, Fifi actually, she holds no weight to me. You know, she, her history out here on these YouTube streets, she don't, I don't care. She is, yeah, no. Her YouTube resume is trash. Okay, so there's that. She said she did in her mouth. You went through all of that because she said some foul shit. And you went through all of that and you didn't follow through with it? Okay. She is a Jag stan again. So now, and y'all, I ain't gonna have y'all up here all night. We've been up here for more than an hour. I'm gonna drop the link again if anybody want to chime in one last time before we go. We're gonna wrap it up. But that was really just my thoughts. If there's not a receipt, I'm not holding Goomba to stealing that money. There's not a receipt factually stating he stole it. And the fact that her family was in the background telling her, stop saying that, like you can't, don't say that without proof, that lets me feel a little bit more that he didn't do it, and they're more than likely investigating. NIKKI, I'm just disappointed that she now is on the Goomba hate train, but still claims, oh, I love him. Don't like that. Fifi, if she was paid, and it sounds like she was, I really just don't know how I feel about that. I feel like she wasn't, but I understand that. I see where Trees made a lot of good points that she paid her to set her up, because remember, y'all, she was on Perry Sanders show, and when she got up there claiming to be Latasha Scott's mistress, I completely could see other people like, if she crazy enough to do that, let me hear her up. Can you do this for me? So I can see that. I'm not saying that's where she saw her at, but I could see where people would see that she's crazy, and then more than likely they went to her page and saw that she doxes everyone. Okay, so yeah. She said it in a few occasions. Yeah, I didn't hear it. I didn't know she dropped those charges. Yeah, ain't no way. Hey, boo. Yeah, ain't no way. Right, and that's another thing. Your audience would be you said you thought did not pay her, but Trees made a good point. Trees did make a good point. It's a very good observation. Absolutely. Yeah. I wouldn't have dropped shit though. Yeah, and her audience is the drama, because people want to hear, people they're loving hearing how Goomba ain't shit, which, okay, he ain't shit because he's in bitches' inboxes. That make him not shit, just regular nigga shit that he's immature on. Or, yes, he was talking with the child in the background, but I really don't think, I think after all of this, he will be like, look, goodbye. Don't do that, okay? But being in females' inboxes wasn't an exposed to me. That wasn't nothing drastic. It could be 10 more women pop up here. He was pillow talking to me, and he wanted to stick it here, and he sent me pictures. And I think Fifi said they exchanged pictures. Child, fix it, Jesus. But I thought an expose was going to be she had proof of, say, he was stealing, or proof that she had dug up in his past that he was a pedo or something, like just talking nasty. That wasn't the great, take a nigga down. Oh my God, homosexual. We've established he's used to living off of women. So she didn't expose nothing there by him trying to low key convince her to pay for him to come. Like, was any of y'all shocked? Like, I don't think many of us listened to it. It was more funny and more like, ew. You know what I'm saying? That's my vibe. It was more like, ew, no, y'all not talking nasty. No, it was because it was being publicly displayed. It wasn't because they were talking nasty. They're adults. Talk nasty. Talk that talk. But it was because it was on the internet. I'm like, and then the kid was like, no, you low life. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely hope that the family provide some sort of proof that he didn't steal the mother. But like we made some other valid points, he probably won't get in trouble if his name is legally on that account. Because again, here in Michigan, whoever name is on any bank account, if their name is on it, they don't have to ask to take the money out of it because their name is on it and they have access to it. It doesn't make it right, but that's how the banks are up here in Michigan. I don't know shit about the banks. Right, girl, call the press is like a typical nigga. He hopping in the DMs as he should. Go, Goomba, get out there and do what you do. Nikki, you should be doing what you do. I'm shocked that, it's like I thought she was still dating somebody, but apparently not. Like, everybody want him to go on and live his best life, get a job. Allegedly, he's still working. He is working because he said it in the phone call. I gotta go to work. So to me, him saying I gotta go to work, I take it as why even bring it up if you weren't working? That's my thing. Why bring up I gotta go to work if I'm not working? But some people do lie. Some people lie about having a job because they embarrassed and got one. So that literally doesn't mean anything. Hold on. If she dropped the charges after the woman threatened her kids multiple times, CPS needs to be investigating NIKKI. Typical. They allowed it, right? Yeah, if it was pointless, yeah. Thought she was bringing truffle butter, but she bought. Okay. Yeah, and good government jobs. The janitors make decent. Well, listen. I can only speak up here in Michigan. Janitors, if I remember, they start out at 25. That's not nothing to sneeze at. Okay, so he could be the janitor. I don't make fun of no matter what title you tell me. I don't make fun of it. You work for the government. You can be. Their government jobs have cafeterias. He could be in there making lunches. He could be cleaning, so he might have a decent little paying job, but I would like, he did give the card. He said he gave the card to Sam. So me personally, I don't think he took no money. I definitely would love to see a receipt, but quite honestly, I wouldn't prove nothing to the internet. Y'all sit around, have more content guessing that he took it. But it's unfortunate that if, in fact, the post that Danny Robinson did post up is really from him, that he feels suicidal behind it. Again, that's alleged. We don't have proof that's truly from him. But I really, really hope that nothing happened, because this is more embarrassment. I think if anything, outside of the money, the embarrassment that a child was on the other line and the whole damn world, heard it, yeah. I still don't feel that was a pedo vibe. That wasn't pedophilia. You know what I'm saying? That was just a man being horny and irresponsible. And he should have hung up, right? I didn't take it as he was coming for children. So I would like him to, if that post is true, don't take that as you are a pedophile. You are very immature. You are very that wasn't a, you hurt a kid. You should have hung up. But don't take the blame off of her. She let you stay on the phone and she kept talking because she wanted to get this whole thing. I feel like he's lying. Girl, a lot of them do. You ain't the honey. He got everybody swear he stole it and that he don't work. So you trust me. Nobody do. I feel he is working. I feel he didn't take it. And it's like, I don't even know if it's 50-50. Let me poll the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you think he's working and he didn't steal it. Put a 2 in the chat if you think he stole it and he's unemployed. Let's just have a fun little poll. Hold on. Hi, Philly. Sorry I didn't see your comment. Didn't Jag say he gave the card back and he wasn't? I don't remember if Jag said it, but I remember him saying he gave the card back. So I don't remember him saying it. I do, Jag, I do remember him saying that he gave the card back. 1 1 2s, yep, 2s, 1s, and I said 1. She's 1 and 2. He's working and he stole. Not working don't equal not working, but didn't steal it. Okay, number 5. Hi, Miss Glennis. Thank you for hitting the dropping down. Damn. Okay, I don't know why I like that name. I just want to say it. Damn. Happy Mother's Day, Evangelist. Hey, you look pretty on your community tab. I was looking at your picture either yesterday. 1, he is working because he was on lunch break when he did the interview on okay. Hey, Teresa. I did remember him saying that he was at work. Okay. And we don't say that content creator name on my channel. You didn't know that, but we don't say that name over here, okay? And you didn't know, so you good. 1. So yeah, I mean, it's 50-50. Thank you. Happy Mother's Day. Yeah, but I did hear him say he was on lunch. Yeah, so it's really like a 50-50 thing. I'm not going to say he needs to come out and prove nothing. His family, to me, the family should. They watch the internet. Let me poll y'all again. Put a 1 in the chat if the family should come and clear this up. Put a 2 in the chat if it's none of our business, and let us just speculate. You didn't know, Teresa, girl. You didn't know. You good. 1, the family needs to clear it up. 2, let us continue to speculate. Yeah. Put a 1 in the chat if the family need to clear it up. 2, let us speculate. 2, okay, the family, yeah, they don't owe us an explanation. Okay. I think I said that too, Stoner. 1. I really think those days that it was late, sitting there getting late fees, I promise, because they do hold your card on file. I've used U-Haul. So if you've ever used U-Haul, that card stay on file, and if you ain't canceled it, baby, they keep coming for their money, and they keep coming, and it will overdraw your shit every fucking time. 1s, 1s, 1s. The family should come talk. We got 1 2 though. I think we just 1 2. We just know. See, I ain't gonna lie. I do want to know, but I'm not going to. Queen, hey Queen Black, I like your name. Aries got 1, so we got 1 2, and we got we a little nosy. Hey Miss G, hey Miss, we a little nosy, we a little nosy. 1, yep, yep. The family should come tell us. Okay. If and here's what I'm wondering about the storage. Who actually took the time to put her items in storage? Because I thought they moved out, got the truck loaded, went straight to the hotel. She got arrested. All her property is in the truck. U-Haul don't unpack trucks and then put your stuff in storage. Well, I'm going to speak for Michigan. You leave your shit in storage, you leave your items inside of a U-Haul, they are trash. You get 24 hours to come get them and they throw them out. So the family may have threw them in storage, but they took a while to get there. So I don't know. I'm not sure about that. The car rentals also. Yeah, that's what Stoner said. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It says it doesn't take long to find out. Right, the family knows, and and when that I believe that when the sister said you don't know if Goomba took that money, babe, she was like, "Don't say that, Mama." I don't believe he took it, but because I think if he did, she would have said something. But the mama is gonna always think that this who is it? Who was that talking in the background when the mom was on the phone? Was that the sister? Either way, it was a family person in the house with the mama. Um, I believe that's going to come out. You know, so yeah, maybe the play brother, her brother or whatever. Yeah. So the family won't speak because it's them and my. You think the family been spending it? Wouldn't that be the gag, right? But here's the thing: let's go with that. If the family is spending it, do you think they're spending it to fuck it off, or they're spending it to get her things in order? Perhaps save her up to get her an apartment or some assisted living, right? So if the family is spending it and the mother doesn't understand or really know why they're spending it, that could be, right? And because Jag has always said, it's Goomba still and everything. They said, you think they're spending it for themselves. Okay, and hey, if they never clear it up, it's looking like maybe both. Okay. And they could have said, Jag got it all those years. Now it's our turn to spend it. Who knows? The finance company may have taken some. Yeah, she may have had the car on auto pay because sometimes when you have bad credit, a part of the stipulation of those buy here, pay now type car places or whatever, what have you, they make you lock a card in. So you never know. It could be. I do believe some stuff was there. They suspect to you. A lot of people feel that way about them. And if the play brother has her car, do you think he's paying the car note out of mama's money? Because that would be a logical thing to do. I would pay it out of the mama's money, so Jag could get out with a car. And I'm sure the mama wouldn't mind, but that's interesting. I don't know why I thought that car got repossessed. Nicole helped them the day they were evicted. I thought she came a day or two later because I thought when she got evicted, they couldn't get down there. But I do remember her saying she came. I just thought it was a couple of days later. Hey, Cocaine. I like your name. The car was a rental, so yeah. Oh, I didn't know the car was a rental. I thought it was that Ford Flex. What happened to the Flex? Why would she have a rental? And they had the Flex. I thought the rental was just the U-Haul truck. So I'm not familiar with the lives in Dallas. Okay, I'm not familiar with a rental car. I thought she had went and picked up the Ford Flex that had got towed because she cussed them out about it. Then she got it. And so I don't know why she would need a rental. So I'm lost on that part. But it's a lot of places that money can go. It wasn't a rental. The Ford Flex. I thought the Ford Flex was what she bought her son. Remember? She was like, that was her son's car. I literally never heard that was a rental. Okay. The Ford Flex was a lease. That's what I thought. I thought that was her son's car. Because she said that before that, I got to get that car back. That was my son's birthday gift. That's what I thought. It was a lease and it's repossessed. That's what I thought too. And Jag said the other night she's not worried about the car being gone. I can get another car. On the jail call. Y'all, I meant to go over that damn jail call. We might do that. We might do that on another day because I wanted to point out some things about that car. So it's repossessed. I thought it was in the mom's name. It could be. Yeah, Goomba said the flex was a lease. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's it, y'all. We have hung out. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. And, you know, it's a shit show. We here to be knee deep with a good boots on in the shit. Right, Sam doesn't have a license. And remember, she was getting the car as a birthday gift because they were going to get his license. She like detailed. Allegedly, her plan was to get his license, give him that car for his birthday. So, yeah. We just a little nosy. But yes, we're gonna wrap it up. This was great. Thanks for kicking it with me, having a little conversation. I enjoyed it. When I come back, I do got thoughts on Legina. And I kind of wanted to go over that jail call. I got so much to say. But this was great. Hit some purple hearts on your way out if you enjoyed the commentary and kicking it with your girl over here. And I will see you guys on the next live stream. Bye.